So there's a few things that stood out to me about the Indiana Fever's schedule. One, they have extra back-to-backs, or not necessarily extra. There are other teams with as many, but more than most teams, three back-to-backs on the season, I believe, which sucks when you're trying to prevent injury and all that. But there's another quirk in the schedule that could lead to it being a season for the books, especially for the duo of Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston. Look, we know those two have quite a relationship on the court and off the court. All those things, it's really worked out for them back to back number.
His secret is out. Insiders are still stunned after a private 2026 Team USA practice, where Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston displayed a level of synergy that's being called nothing short of historic. This wasn't just a routine scrimmage, it was a glimpse of sheer dominance. The connection between them was seamless, almost telepathic, leaving even veteran coaches speechless. Their chemistry, flow, and raw power surpassed every expectation. This leaked session confirms what fans have only imagined. These two are set to redefine championship duos, shaking the very foundations of what it means to dominate together. Their future, glimpsed through this rare window, is revolutionary.
Have quite a relationship on the court and off the court. All those things, it's really worked out for them back to back number one picks. You could say the Fever benefited from being bad because that was the case. But those two together, the foundation of the team. But not only do they have a chance to compete for a WNBA championship this year, but they should be teammates on Team USA. Both Clark and Aliyah Boston were part of the USA basketball camp in December. And one would assume they're both going to make the roster for the World Cup.
This unprecedented duo emerges against a WNBA schedule already causing a stir. The Indiana Fever, home to Clark and Boston, face an unusually grueling slate, including 3 back-to-back games, more than most teams endure. This demanding schedule, revealed in early breakdowns, immediately raises questions about player health and injury prevention, presenting a major challenge for any rising squad. It's a stark reminder of the physical toll these athletes face, setting the stage for just how much their endurance and resilience will define their path to future success.
To make the roster for the World Cup. And when you look at the WNBA schedule that was released, assuming a CBA gets done, this is interesting. They will go on a break from August 31st to September 16th for the World Cup, which will be played in Berlin. Teams will have a handful of games after that tournament finishes, with the playoffs set to begin on September 27th. So really, you could have that break there that allows those two players and everybody else on the Team USA, of course, to go to the World Cup and compete for a gold medal. And, Clark and Boston could be gold medal teammates, and it stands to reason they'll both be playing big.
Yet, it's another schedule quirk that truly frames their meteoric rise. A notable break from August 31st to September 16th, timed perfectly for the World Cup, creates a rare pause in the otherwise relentless WNBA grind. Insiders are calling it the ideal setup for Clark and Boston, a chance to strengthen their chemistry on the international stage, where the world will watch them perform together. This isn't just downtime. It's a springboard, a launch pad for a partnership that could redefine dominance in women's basketball.
World Cup and compete for a gold medal. And, Clark and Boston could be gold medal teammates, and it stands to reason they'll both be playing big minutes for that team as well. And then you go back to the season. And so that hype feeds in to the other, and you get the playoffs, and they push even further. So if the Fever make an extended run in the playoffs, it's a double whammy of sorts. And why do you say they're going to make the team? Well, we know what happened when Clark didn't make the Olympic team last time around. And, she's the best point guard in the world, so she should be on the team. But Sue Bird, who's the managing director of USA Basketball, also had good things to say about both players. I mean, this was back.
Whispers from inside the league confirm what the leaked footage hinted at. Clark and Boston are far more than just teammates. They are the undeniable backbone of the Indiana Fever. Their on-court synergy, combined with a deep off-court connection, has forged a chemistry that elevates the entire team. Born as back-to-back number one picks, their bond has become the core driving force behind a squad poised for greatness. The league watches, captivated, as their partnership transforms into an unbreakable powerhouse.
Played basketball in a minute.
Yeah, I thought she looked great, right? I mean, here's a player that didn't get to play this summer, all in, didn't get to play a lot of basketball really in the last year plus. So for this to be the first day back, she looked great. You know, the things that are going to be hard is always the conditioning part. It's really hard to get in basketball shape without playing basketball. So I'm sure that's gonna, come as the camp comes. But she looks great regardless. Outside of that, and the other thing is like rhythm, right? You got to find your rhythm. And, I'm sure everybody saw that one step back in transition she had. So the rhythm looks great. But more than anything, you want all these players to just be around each other, right? Off the court, on the court.
Their partnership goes well beyond the Indiana Fever. Clark and Boston were both central figures at the December Team USA basketball camp, signaling their growing international ambitions. It's now widely expected that they will both earn spots on the World Cup roster, set to represent their country together on the global stage. This isn't just speculation. Insiders quietly accept it as a near certainty, cementing their status as future pillars of Team USA. Their joint presence on the national team is no longer a question. It's all but inevitable.
Her podcast, the Fever took the quote here. What really stands out to me is Aliyah Boston. Aliyah Boston looks great right now. She looked great in USA camp. She's really, I think, like found her game and just has a confidence about this is what I do and I'm going to be great at these things. And one of those things is playmaking. So that's another aspect that she sees for Boston on the USA squad, and that's been something that Boston has done for the Indiana Fever. So it could be just quite a campaign for those two if things break the right way. I gotta assume health. Obviously, the Fever got to beat the teams in front of them. You're not walking to a championship. You're not guaranteed a championship. But
The most striking insight from insiders at the national team camp comes from managing director Sue Bird, who offered an unvarnished take on Clark's readiness. Bird noted that it was Clark's first significant time back on the court in a while, yet her evaluation was glowing. She looked great, Bird said without hesitation, marveling at Clark's immediate impact despite the layoff. This candid assessment underscores Clark's natural talent and her ability to dominate and command attention even when not at full strength.
Boston and Clark being on the USA basketball roster is basically a given. So it seems far away now, but it could be a really, really special fall for not only the entire Fever team, but particularly those two. In the meantime, Aliyah continues to have good things to say about her teammate. She was Caitlin Clark's worlds collided on the broadcast of the Iowa Maryland game because it was Lisa Bluter and Aliyah Boston together, obviously her college coach and her current teammate.
What's interesting about you both now is you have a connective thread, one of the most.
Bird didn't shy away from the challenges, pointing out that conditioning would be Clark's main hurdle, a natural consequence of time away from competitive play. It's really hard to get in basketball shape without playing basketball, Bird admitted. Yet, even with that caveat, her observations highlighted Clark's raw talent and immediate impact. Watching Clark sink a flawless step-back transition shot, her rhythm and precision were undeniable, a clear preview of the brilliance she's set to unleash once fully back in form.
I just always want to be in her camp and support her. I have so much admiration for her, for what she has really not only just accomplished, but what she's handled in her young 24 years of life. I told her today, your 20s have been pretty good to you.
I would say so. Yeah, they've been transformative, I would say, to say the least. And Aliyah, it's been interesting watching her final season in college with you here at the desk and then watching your relationship develop at the professional level.
Yeah, honestly, it has been so great. It's always so weird when you play against someone and then you are on the same team and building that relationship. But I think just over the past 2 years, it's been amazing. From the first time she got to Indy and